What's going on, everybody? This is All Wrestling Talk Nation. And we are live here at the Casa de Double, and I just wanted to thank y'all for coming out. Got a big week. We got some week going on here that on indie wrestling action is going to be jam-packed this week. My guest here tonight, live on the phone, is going to be Mr. Antrone Brewer. Is on the line. We're going to have a good time on the show. Go ahead, though, and let's talk about the sponsor. Cypress Christ Wrestling Show coming up on Saturday. It's in Georgia now, and it's the first time we're actually going to be out there. It's DCWM Gold starting times. It's open, 7-time outdoor show. Just go out there, check it out. Show. A lot of folks been talking about it already. We'll show you guys at DCWM. All Wrestle Talk is going to try. The presence will be known from that show. Also, check out NVW on next Tuesday's editions of All Wrestle Talk. We're actually going to have the promoter of that show, and we're just going to talk with the show. And his show is going to be on the same day, and it's going to be up in Clarksville, Georgia. All in all, it's All Wrestle Talk. We talk about everyone out here. So we got quite a few shows out there. And also the 17th, I believe, that's going to be a Friday. If that's the case, you guys need to check out APW over in Royston. We got one of their stars right here. And I just want to thank you very much, sir, for giving us some time, talk some wrestling, and talk about you, because it's Indy Spotlight. So it's all about you tonight. So how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. It's a privilege to be here.
Well, I thank you very much, man. I mean, this is all the wrestling scene. When you guys, you've got, what, maybe 5-10 minutes of actually do your thing, and then you wrestle. To know more about the wrestler. The best route, and because we kind of go over kind of your take, if you don't mind, we can start this show.
Yeah, like you just said, you summed it up. When you walk through that curtain, you don't have to get yourself over and get your make sure that those people remember you want to. So you not summed it up. There are 4 days, 10 minutes to make a crowd that night when you hear the show. You got out of 10.
On go motivation fact. What got you for world recall? Anything beautifulness that is that wrestling ring? Kind of give us a little backdrop story about what got you into this business.
I think I have the same story that you probably have heard over 1,000 times. You grew up watching this, and you dreamt of one day being inside that squared circle and being the center of attention. So, I mean, it's the same story here. I grew up on wrestling. I believed in wrestling. You couldn't tell me that it was rigged, and you couldn't tell me that it was predetermined. And I've been a wrestling fan ever since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. And I went through high school, through elementary school, a wrestling fan. I had kids wrestling on the playground with me. So once you get into the teenage years, you kind of lose those people. You're like, hey, you want to watch wrestling? We're not still wrestling anymore. And, I stuck with it. I was still a fan of wrestling. I watch every Monday night. I watch every Friday, every Saturday. So, it came the same way.
No, that's all.
The wrestling fan.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even though it is the most common answer to hear that, but everyone's story is always just a bit different. Just everyone has a peculiar, not peculiar, but just a, it's your story. That's what makes it yours. It's your own vision and your entity in it. So let's go ahead and talk. What were, who was your trainer? Who got you, from wanting just to eventually play wrestling to actually becoming a wrestler? Who was your top trainers and people that helped you on the way?
Well, believe it or not, I grew up, even through high school, and I wish I knew this earlier. I had no idea that you could go to school to be a professional wrestler. I didn't know that you could get trained to be a wrestler. I always thought that you have to be this 6 foot, 7 foot guy with all these muscles, and Mr. McMahon would see you one day and call you up to be a wrestler. I had no idea until on Twitter one day, JTG, and that lets you know how recent it's been. When Twitter is out, he was doing these tweets about facts about JTG, and he tweeted one day that he would travel over 5 the world. And you probably heard of the WWA4
Yep.
up in Atlanta, Georgia. That was the top thing that came up in my search engine. And there is no way it cost $990 for 3 years. Because everywhere else I looked, it's like $3,000 for 2 months of training. And 3 months of training is $2,000 enough. And I was like, it's got to be a gimmick. And it wasn't a gimmick. I started at the same time that with AR Fox and Uha Nation. We all started around about the same time up at the WWA4 up in Atlanta, Georgia. And I called Mr. Hughes, and he told me to come on down. And it's been balls to wall from there. I've been trained every day. I live in Thompson, Georgia, which is about 95 miles away from Atlanta.
Wow.
So I would travel every going to train my dues. I pay my dues, and I've been wrestling ever since.
Wow. So basically let's go ahead. We're going to go back to the WWA4 experiences and training school, because, a lot of guys haven't really talked about that. But let's talk about this real quick. What getting into the business, what was your biggest challenge for you, or maybe still your biggest challenge for you, getting comfortable in the show? Was it the wrestling moves itself, or was it just maybe getting used to being either a heel, being a face, or was it, being able to talk, spur of the moment? What was your biggest challenge?
Well, my biggest challenge was the traveling part. Like I said, I didn't live in Atlanta, and I didn't move to Atlanta. So my biggest challenge was the traveling part. Gas wasn't cheap, and I had to be committed to be trained, and we would and win the Thursday night, and Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a little work also a firefighter. So one night department, I just get on the road, and I go. That would be my biggest challenge. Once you take a couple of bumps in the ring, everything else, it seems like it's starting to flow real naturally. All you need is the basics, really, to continue building yourself as a wrestler. Once you learn how to fall from different ways and so forth, everything else comes with time. And I've been lucky enough to be able to go on this big. I would rather be a heel than a face. But I've been lucky enough just to be able to talk and just fly off the handle and just talk about it. Just talk.
I'm gonna say because me and a few of the guys, we actually were actors at the show APW Hill, and you actually did a very good job. Just so you know. And we're going honorary guys where we just we're so tough. So just know that. But there, you said you were training in WWA4. You're actually a fireman, you also said. So do you feel like, doing that job as a fireman, we do respect that. I mean, it takes a special person to do that job. It's not, not just for anybody, just like wrestling. So first of all, thank you for taking care of the community and everything of that sort. My question is, do you feel like it's an advantage for you? Because, see, firemen have, just like police officers and stuff of that sort, like, Bolo, police, and stuff, you have to have us just like firemen do. Do you think that kind of helps you when you're in the ring, that kind of helps out during the matches?
Oh, heck yeah, hands down, cardio. Cardio is the most important thing. And, yeah, that gives me an advantage. Shape here at the fire department, and we have to go to the gym. We have to stay shape and important thing that you can have to succeed in the wrestling business. You can have $1 million body, but if you don't have good cardio, you'll blow up in the ring and you'll just lay there. And you can tell someone that doesn't have good cardio, they start off hot and heavy, but they're blown up in there. They'll add sell like to make the match even better and sell the move, and then you put yourself at risk because, hey, this guy's tired. Who knows if he can pick me up and suplex me right away? He can that kind of advantage is very, very, very important.
So let's talk about it. You said you get to training school, and this is kind of like the behind the scenes. If someone says to you, "I want to be a wrestler," but are you committed? Talk about to becoming a wrestler. You have to drive. You said, from where you come from to Atlanta. I know where WWA 4 is, almost right before you go to Six Flags.
Right.
And it's a really impressive facility. Kind of goes like a throwback feel. If you've seen Rocky movies and see all these gym movies where you see the guys practicing in gym, kind of that feel. Kind of describe, the challenge. You said, but that's the commitment that people talk about when you do something like this.
Yeah, that's right. You can't exactly teach your. Not against those guys that do it just on the weekend, it's just for fun. And not eating right, and that's not going to actually. It's what it is. Looking like professionally, it includes eating right, or at least going to go out there and expect to just how to take a couple of balls. Right. I'm not knocking those guys or nothing like that by no means, but you have to take it serious and you have to be committed to it if you want to get paid. If you want a payday and you want people to remember you and you want people to cheer for you and you want people to invest in you, you have to invest in yourself and you got to take that commitment, or, hey, I'm not going to eat a pizza this week and I can't eat a burger today and all that. You have to commit to the wrestling if you want to people and not flop and blue jeans on and trying to not look like a wrestler, but at least try to look like you want to do.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with doing the street gear like you're a tough man, but put the pride in the effort by or skilled in. Make sure make sure when you're in that ring, you're able to go and you're not blown up within the next 2 minutes.
That's right. That's right. I like I said, there's nothing against those guys, but if I'm wrestling you, I want to trust you because you're trusting me with your life. So I don't want to get in the ring with someone that really don't know the moves or know how to do a heel toss. I don't want to land on my neck and I don't want to land on my head. So I need you, if you're we're trusting you with their lives, and you just got that. You got the right step and to be committed to this.
Let's go. So we're talking about the training. So people, they see Tough Enough. They see this stuff. They have a view of how easy to do it, training when you're training. But things that you had to endure. You just had a long day at work. And let's be honest, like we just said, it's not easy. Then you go into the gym where you're taking bumps. Talk about what they would over. And, you would have to fight through what you just went through to go and do what you had.
Yeah, tackle, drop down, leapfrog. Mr. Hughes will make you do that over and over and over. And still working, and you drive to Atlanta, you've gotten all relaxed and laid back, and you get there, and he'll make us do the stuff over and over and running the road. That's running the road back and forth over and over and over. You got to get it right. He called up, it should take 3 steps to get from one side to the other of the ring. It's 1, 2, 3, hit the rope. 1, 2, 3, hit the rope. And you got to have your hand over the rope. It's a certain way you have to hit the rope. All this stuff makes sense, and some guys, they just hit the ropes and they don't know, like, hey, I'm supposed to grab the rope because hey, those ropes can break. If they break, you're going to grip on the rope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you would make them 100 times, and then you would do a tackle, drop down, leapfrog over and over. There are 5 different rings in that building, and you will run those ropes in each ring, at least 20 to 30 each ring, until you make it to the big ring where he will be waiting for you. And that's when you're going to do the tackle, drop down, leapfrog over and over. And basic. But if you do it all day over and over, master that kind of stuff, you really got to be committed. I've seen guys come and go before, and you've already paid your money. You're out of $990. I've seen people move there from 4 and 5 states away to this rest of Vegas East. And they pay their $990, and some of them, shooting their guts up, and they're throwing up, and they're so 2 or 3 weeks later they can barely move, and they're hobbling in there. And it's like, come on, let's go. Hey, you want to be a wrestler? It's fired up. And I mean, he's a hard coach. He's hard on you, and sometimes it's just have to, because it's not an easy task. People, it looks easy to just sit out looking at it in the audience like, oh, I can do that. That's easy. But once you get in there, it's not easy. Not at all.
You know, something I tell the guys, you know, when we do a show and everything, I always want to make sure that they understand, get in that ring, run the ropes, you know, get a feel for it. Because I tell folks, that ring if you disrespect it. And, one guy laughed at me going, yeah, whatever, Mr. Miyagi. And hurt because he didn't listen. Yeah. And I try to tell people, those ropes are steel cables. So if you want to play that game, trust me, the ropes will teach you a lesson. Let's not mention the ring. You know, I've seen it where, you know, and by the way, I've seen a couple of WWA guys, and they are phenomenal. I got to go here. So I know the training you went through was top-notch, because I got that kind of respect for Hughes. Seeing some of the guys, they went in a match. They actually broke the ring. The boards popped out. They still finished the match, and it made it where you forgot that the boards were up. So that's, you know, to me, when you got guys able to work and make you put the attention on them and not something that someone else would be like, oh, God, what do I do? You got respect in that category. So that's what I was trying to say when I tell people respect the ring. How about you? I mean, you know, I'm not saying, you know, the horror stories, you know, where guy, you know, we just know about a guy that just passed. But, you know, I'm talking about, you know, in the ring, you've told guys, hey, this ring ain't no joke, guys. Don't think it's just some fun and games.
And that's that question for me one more time. Your phone cut out one more time.
All right. Yeah, no problem. Remember, y'all, we're on the phone, so, you know, he's traveling and I'm here, so and the weather's not cooperating the most either. So we're having wonderful, wonderful issues at times. Now, my question was, you know, the ring, you know, when you guys wrestle, you know, there's an inherent risk. I don't want to say danger if you know what you're doing. But there is a risk getting hurt in that ring. You know, how much do you guys not go over, well, we got to be careful over here, but, like, if something does happen, how, you know, aware are you that, okay, we just turnbuckle buckled and we're not able to really throw us over here. We, you know, stay on this side. How much is that that plays in the game for you?
It's very important. A couple of weeks ago at ATW, we were wrestling, myself and Jeremy Bain, and for some reason the lights above the ring busted in the middle of the match, and he called a spot for me to shoot him off. He's going to duck, and I'm going to take a backdrop in glass in the middle of the ring, and we had to improvise. I thought that it broke. The referee was like, "Watch out, there's glass there." Bain still hadn't seen it yet, and you know we're on there. He was going for the and we just had on door. Go out and we went out the ring. I got out there, I had to let him know, hey, you really have to pay attention. I mean, you have people that throw stuff in the ring also, and that you might see in their program in the ring. You really have to pay attention to the ring. A break when guys hit the ropes, and just so the guy was fortunate enough that he hit the ropes right, and he arm over the rope, and he was able to hang on when the rope broke, and he fell backwards. But same time, like a guy and that guy, you see something that you it's more to wrestling than most people think you just win, but we're actually everything that's going on, including the ref.
The ref is you good at that. So, you know, you also tend to have guys that get zone in the match that actually
Right.
is up. You know, they're watching something in person. They're like, wow. It's like, whoa, move around.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
look,
you're
make
right.
sure you have to hand a chair over, and it's like, you know, yeah, that's the worst. You know, probably all of us could everyone about a wonderful story. But go ahead and talk about, you know, you've wrestled with APW, but who all have you wrestled? I mean, you know, I know you've been down around, and I've seen some postings that you've done. So what have you, where have you worked?
I've been on the road. I mean, I've been in Florida, wrestled Georgia, APW. Oh my goodness, what's the name of it? I wrestled there every year in not even for me, I'm pro wrestling.
Okay.
That's a new promotion here in the area. This is their second year that they've been running. I wrestled there for Flatline Pro Wrestling also, which is a good promotion. Those guys, they got everything together. I'm telling you, they got the lighting, they got the music, they got the ring, they got the fans, everything top notch there. I've been fortunate to wrestle bigger guys and get more experience because you can't always wrestle someone that has less experience. You got to always try to wrestle someone where you can always learn something. Every time I go out to something else different, when I finish wrestling, I go and find people. I'm like, okay, I mean, don't tell me that it was a good match. Hey, good job. That's not what I want to hear. I want to hear so I can look at that when I go back and watch my match over again, and so I can improve and get better at what I'm doing.
All right, that's a good statement you just made. So I'm going to follow that up. You talked about when you walk to the back and someone says, "Hey, man, good match," and you say you don't want to hear it, you want to know what you done wrong. Let's go ahead and go there. You know, so someone tells you what you done wrong. You know, the guy that you wrestled with. You know, so what's your process? What do? You know, you watch tape. Are you a tape watcher? And you know tell us, kind of go through the process of what you're doing when you're watching.
I usually go back and watch my tapes. I try to tape every match that I have. So I can go back and watch it first time all the way through, and then I'll watch it with the sound down. Watch it again with just the sound up, without looking at the match, just to see, because it gives me a point of view of, hey, can I follow what's going on without me having a commentator in my ear telling me what's supposed to be going on, and I look and see what's working and what's not working, because just because this works in Washington, not necessarily anarchy. If I try to do it there, anarchy. The feel of the crowd once you go out there, because some things we call in the back that we want to do, and once we get out there, they crowd to be a totally different way, and they're not even having it. So you have to switch stuff around when you're in the ring. But as far as me, when I go to the back, I will ask everyone who comes up to me and offer advice. I'm going to take the advice. You have some people, when you try to tell them, hey, why did you do this? You should have done this way, and it's just my opinion. They're going to try to give you an answer for every single thing someone tells you that you've done wrong. Hey, you know, that's the wrong way to be. Don't try to know I did it. Just sit back and listen, and, you know, you just take it for what it's worth, and you just move forward, and then you'll say, hey, maybe I do need to try this next time, or maybe I need to sell this certain way, and maybe I need to get the wrong situation with the crowd coming behind. I need to cut them off this certain way, because if it's someone that's been doing it longer than you have, or even the same amount of time you have, they're looking at your match in the back. If they take their time out to look at my match, I'm going to listen to every single thing that they say. So I try to find people that will tell me what I did wrong and what's wrong with the match. Because you're going to have people say, good match, good job, man, good match. But I want to know what I did wrong and how did you like this side and so forth. So, yeah, I get their opinion, and then I go back and watch my tape, and then I try to get better each time.
everybody has a different way of learning. Everybody has a different way of critiquing their stuff. But, and you just went through how you do well, that's a very good tool that you need. Let's go ahead and go to this point now. We got the social media, you got people recording stuff. How much has that helped you been able to, expand your character, just expand on, what you like to do, what you like to get out there?
Social media is definitely the place to go to promote yourself, because no one's going to promote yourself better than you can. I also have shows here in my hometown in Johnson, and I blasted all over Facebook. I mean, every single day, people are going to see something about their show coming up. I'm going to address, I'm going to get in ticket prices, I'm going to tell you the matches that are being announced, because everybody's using social media. So many different social media outlets out there. There's no excuse for no promoter not to be able to promote this show and have the building almost sold out. Because, I mean, social media is out there. I mean, you got different contents you can use to promote the show, give away tickets to the show. But as far as myself and character building, it has been straight A1, because I got a Twitter account. You got people following you on Twitter, and you're able to tell people, hey, I'm wrestling at this show, and you might have someone following you that usually is about 200 or 300 miles away from you, and you just have to be wrestling in a town from them, and they're able to come to your show and finally have that happen before. So guys that don't use social media to help promote themselves in today's day and age is just plain stupid. You got to promote yourself. You got to make yourself a character page. And on that character page, you got to be that character to promote yourself.
Let's talk about your character. All right. I did a little bit pull back on the curtain, but let's go ahead and let's just go there. If no one has ever heard a cheer for me, Antrone Brewer, don't know the essence, don't know the, charisma that you are, let's just call it like that. Go ahead and give me like a short synopsis, for the fans that probably have never seen Cheer for Me and probably, will be interested after they watch the interview. What is it about? What makes you different? What makes Cheer for Me stand out from everybody else?
Well, currently at APW, I'm the North Georgia and tag team champion there at APW. And they hate my guts there at APW. But still, once I beat down their hero and I'm cocky in that ring, I would still tell each and every last single one of those people that are watching me that night to cheer for me. Whether they want to cheer for me or whether they don't want to cheer for me, I'm going to get a reaction out of you when I yell those 3 words to you to cheer for me. Either you're going to boo me, or then you have some people in the crowd that's going to cheer me anyway, and that's going to piss off the people that are booing me. And if you do boo me, I'm going to beat down your hero a little bit more and a little bit more. And that's when I kick it into another gear, and I'm going to tell you to cheer for me again, and then they're going to hate my guts even more. So basically at APW, Antrone Brewer, your 3-time North Georgia champion, is a cocky son of a motherless goat. That's just sum it up. Yeah. I'm just cocky, and I'm backing up everything I say until it's time for me to get my comeuppance, and then I may scurry away. But at the end of the day, I'm going to get my hand raised.
Yep. Now this is where I got to kind of come into the point and kind of raise my hand. We have went to an APW show, and we saw Mr. Brewer in action. And me and Mr. Titus, I know, big shock, me and Brian Titus going to a wrestling show. And we cheered for this man. And let me tell you something. If you could count the death stares that we got, I think one old woman was ready to hit me and him with the same chair that they were trying to pass down for, the guy to help to hit you with. But needless to say, we were holding it down. We weren't scared. But let's put it this way. At one point, we did wonder if we were going to come out with our lives. But, hey, it's part of the business, and we respect that, But, yeah, man, it was fun, and I love the character because what I love is can you invoke the emotion? I'm one of those guys I want to see when a guy grabs the mic, it's can you get the people to hate you? Or if you're supposed to be a heel, can you get the people to hate you? Can you get your point across without a mic piece? Because for me, managers get misused a lot. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a view is if you can talk in the ring, you don't need a mouthpiece. There's no need. If you're new and you're trying to learn, you then get you a mouthpiece. And I got to say, I was very impressed with your promo. And like I said, you know, that how you just said it. I'm going to beat your hero down, and I'm going to keep beating him down until I'm going to still beat him down. So,
right.
and if you do cheer for me, just know you might get attacked. And yes,
Right.
we almost and that statement is not false. It really was true because, like I said, if you would have saw the look some ladies had, and these were old grandma women. They were not some thinking they were in the 80s, but we are 2015. Yeah. But anyway, I'm not saying hey, look, if you're in the past, you're in the past. I get it, but look. It's fun. And like I said, when you can strike an emotion, then when you got guys that know the stuff and just go on with it for you, oh, yeah, you can have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys made it out of Ruston alive. It's a challenge for me every Friday night to make it out of there.
Dude, I'm going to tell you, you can distract them. It is possible. But we won't go super heel. We're sure people will come back and listen. Show. But it is possible. Let's just put it that way. We added evangelist with us. That's a little secret. But anyway, but yeah, it's fun. You guys do a good job there in Royston. I want to say, who are guys? Let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of APW. Who are guys that you just enjoy working with? Anytime they tell you their names come up, I know you like bigger guys and stuff of that sort. But when you get a chance to work with anyone, who's the guy that you like to work with the most?
It's going to be Brendan Parker. He's the current Southern State champion there at APW, and it's going to be Strychnine. They love those two guys to death there at APW. If you say anything bad about those guys, those people are going to come over the rail and they're going to come for you. And once I get in the ring with those two guys, it's like magic. And they go to Jeremy Payne also. I don't have to. You don't have to do that much. We don't have to call anything in the back. It's just once we get out there, we work with each other so much that we know each other. And when we get in that whole match, those people, they're going to get behind Strychnine, they're going to get behind Jeremy Payne, they're going to get behind Brendan Parker, and they're going to hate my guts when they finally decide to get over on their Brewer. But those ones, because I know that I'm going to have a good match for one. For two, I'll set it on their feet. And for three, it's going to be a good match. Either the fans are going to go home happy with that match, that their hero won, or they're going to go over angry that their hero lost. There's another person there. He just get on the APW roster. He's up and coming real fast at APW, and they love him there too. He is currently the #1 contender for my North Georgia championship. So we're going to go around and around in the ring here in the upcoming couple of weeks, and we'll see how they go.
That's cool. So I guess now the question is, you get there, let's talk about, how guys are in the back. You get your stories told. Well, you have the funny stories, and they come in, I like to say they come in 3 parts. You got your ring. Something crazy happened in the ring. Something crazy happened in the locker room. And something almost always will go crazy getting to the show, if not on the road going to any show. So I like to kind of go off those tangents, with the guys I interview and ladies. But let's first do this. Indie wrestling, people have a lot of mixed emotions about it. What is your feel? I like to tell people when we talk indie wrestling, it's equivalent to a scout watching high school football. You don't know who you're going to see. And be prepared. Indie wrestling. I feel like you always will see someone, that will make you go, whoa. And you will see a lot of passion if the crowd is right. What's your views of indie wrestling? How do you feel about it, of that sort?
Well, right now, indie wrestling is hot. This is a good time to be on the indie scene. You can tell that by CJ Parker, NSC. He just left NSC. And he did an interview, and he said the first thing he wants to do, he wants to get on the indie scene because he didn't have the privilege of being able to get on the indie scene. WWE picked him right up once he went for a tryout. So that lets you know how hot the indie scene is right now. And you have Kevin Steen, who came from the indie scene, that make it up to the next level, including Adrian Neville, who came from the indie scene, Dragon Gate USA. And indie is an entirely different feeling than the next level up. Like you said, it's like a scouting that's going on. I mean, Uha Nation, who just signed with WWE last week, did this guy product together at WWA4, and he travels the world all over the indie scene, even to Japan, and he's going to these different countries like Germany and so forth. But some people don't get the point that the guys that you see in the WWE, they started out, some of them mostly started out on the indie scene, and these guys are heavyweight champions, and these guys are having titles. Daniel Bryan came from the indie scene, you know. People that laugh and like, hey, you're just on the indie scene? That ain't nothing. You're not in WWE. I'm like, where do you think the WWE guys come from?
Yeah.
And they can't answer that question. Some people are just diehard WWE fans and TNA fans that they don't know that in order for those guys to get there and to perfect their craft, they got to spend 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years on the indie scene, getting better. So once the opportunity arrives for them, they're ready to go. And you don't have to spend that much time. Even though once you get there, they're going to try to switch it around and they're going to send you to NXT and they're going to have you wrestle the WWE way. You're not going to wrestle the indie way here. Until you make a name for yourself, then you can start putting some of that indie stuff into your make it to the WWE. But the indie scene is hot right now. There's so much indie wrestling going on all over the place. And people that doubt indie wrestling, I tell them to find them a good indie show, and I promise you, you will fall in love with indie wrestling. They're a die-hard wrestling.
Yeah, oh yeah. You know, and it's like if you work it just right, you're gonna have a good response and a good crowd, and anywhere you go. The thing I wanted to ask you now, you know, you just mentioned that, you know, because see, the indie scene is hot. It is very hot. I agree with you. Fans are. That's kind of why the vision for this show was to make sure there's a voice, you know, because guys, like I said, you get maybe 5-10 minutes, you know, tops, maybe 15. But you're not talking all 15 minutes. You're not talking all 12. You know, so you guys got to have a spot where you could have a spotlight where people can see who you are, hear your voice, and be like, okay, I see him. That's why I tell people, send me a picture, send me a link. I want people to see what you are able to do, so that people can go, okay, I want to see this guy. I want to check this person out. You know, so and that's just a benefit. And you know, I appreciate you saying that. So. And now, you know, you could even say the indies now. But if you had to, you know, big time deal, all the negotiations, coming to Mr. Cheer for me, and they say, you have a choice. You could go to any of the big promotions. You can even stay in indies. You get to keep your, you know, you get to keep who you are. You don't have to worry about changing your gimmick. You know, so you know what you're going to get yourself to be. You know, and the pay is equal. So, you know, basically whoever you more on one versus more the other. All right. So who would you go with? You know, would you go with the big WWE? Would you go with TNA? Would you go with Ring of Honor? And I do say pay, and I know the jokes are going to come out that TNA is behind pay, but look, stop. They do have a good product, and until they close, then we'll just go from there. You know, even though they record 5 months or 5 weeks ahead, that's another story for another day. But Ring of Honor, which I got to personally say, when you go to a show of theirs, it's hot. I mean, those fans are committed. And then, of course, Japan, and then Indy. What would you pick if you had a choice?
Hands down to WWE. I think any indie wrestler you ask that question to, the goal is to make it to the WWE. Even though you hear all these horror stories and you read these horror stories about how hard it is to work there and the travel and stuff you have to put up behind the scenes and the politics you have to put up with. It's crazy how you can read all this stuff from guys that's been there and from guys that say, hey, I would never go back there again. And from guys that saying, hey, I missed my child's birthday. I missed my child's graduation. I missed my mother's birthday and all this stuff. It's crazy how you can hear all this stuff, but still, at the end of the day, if Triple H or Vince McMahon call you, you're going to say, heck yeah, sign me up. I'm on the first plane now. It's crazy because that's the goal of every indie wrestler. It has to be your goal. Just like winning a championship or a promotion. If you're not there to win a title, why are you even there? Your main goal should be the top of the card. Your main goal should be wanting to wrestle last at the main event on that card or at that promotion. If that's not your goal to succeed, I mean, why are you even there?
Yeah. Well,
so hands down, it would be the WWE.
You know, somebody said it perfectly. It was last week. One of my guests, the Brute, Mark James. He said it perfectly. You go to WWE, let's just say a year, and you're WWE, guess what? You put that on your resume. And that's almost like a rubber, or he called it a rubber stamp. That's like the ultimate rubber stamp, because people will look at you and go, well, he made it to the E. You know how hard that is. Let's get. So, yeah, that was something very interesting he brought to me when he said that. So, and I'm, look, every guy's going to be different. I had a lot of guys say Japan. I had a lot of guys say, one guy said, Ring of Honor because of the passion. But you're right. Sometimes the big show is the big show. What do you? Let's talk about it. It's kind of like a controversial topic, but let's go ahead and just mention it. You got politics in any place you go. So how do you deal with the politics in wrestling? Because guys deal with that all the time. They got
it's like you say, it's politics wherever you go.
Yeah,
that's going to happen with any promotion that you go to. You just have to just endure it. And it's just like Muscle Man said it best, the cream rises to the crop. I've been in places where there's politics going on in any promotion that you go to. But like we touched on earlier, you got 5 or 10 minutes to get yourself on. The promoter cannot deny what those fans and what they're cheering for and what they want at the end of the day. But you just, I really don't pay attention to the politics, but it happens no matter where you go. Whether they're politics with the promoter want to put himself over, the promoter want to put it, or their racial politics, it all goes hand in hand. It's something everywhere you go. But if you want to be a part of that company, you just have to go out there and whatever they give you. I've been part of a company where I wasn't even fine with this company. And I wanted to wrestle them so bad, I started making videos and putting them online. Until I started drawing attention to myself, and that promoter started paying attention to it. And the people that are going to this show that started paying attention to it up over. And hey, I wound up getting signed with this stuff. And then a year and a half later, here I am carrying the title for that stuff. But you just have to go out there through that curtain. Some people get pissed off when they look at it. Oh man, I'm a curtain jerk. I got the first match of the night. I mean, that's your opportunity to get the crowd primed and ready. Of course, no, you're not going to be able to go outside the ring the first match of the night, and you're not able to do a 450 flash and all this stuff for the first match of the night. But you have an opportunity to set the pace and to get this crowd primed, and it builds and builds and builds and builds. So on the card, you should be happy and satisfied with that, and just go out there and do your thing. The 5 or 3 or 10 minutes they give you, go out there and get yourself over. And keep getting yourself over, and eventually they have no choice but to be able.
Let's go ahead and talk about what's like last crazy moments you've been in the ring and you're just going, I can't believe this just happened. And it could be outside, it could be inside. Heck, there could be a crowd that just started a fight because, like you just said, and their fans aren't. But no, what was like one of the funniest moments, or something that just made you go, whoa, you guys, chill. It's fine. We're good. We're good. We're still friends. See? Take it easy.
It would probably be, oh man. That's a tough one. Because I said, Russell, it was probably Brandon Parker. Every time you wrestle Brandon Parker, he's saying slick stuff in the ring that'll make you break character. And supposed to be his bad button. And it was a joke that we've been sharing back and forth. And we go out there and I'm this mean guy and we're in a town. And he said the mobile was dead. But it made me laugh so hard. And I mean, these people were throwing paper in the ring, there's your rock. And I couldn't help but to hide my face and bust out laughing. And the referee is like, what in the hell is going on? He didn't even know what to do, but he drew attention to it. And we're both laughing until finally I just had to take a bump outside the ring and go back under the ring and contain my composure and then come back out. So yeah, I think that would be the most. I think that would be the one right there. That would have to be the one.
All right, locker room fun. You know, you gotta like. We had a guy gives us stories about how he takes everyone's wardrobe, and we thought, you know, he's just joking with us until this past Saturday or this our last show. He comes out in the guy's wardrobe, and the guy's like, "That son of a." So let's go there. Locker room fun. Look, because I know in wrestling we got a bunch of characters, so there's got to be something where, you know, you guys are cracking jokes, or, you know, you're gonna have that one guy that's gonna prank somebody, and you just pray it's not you. You just ask God to, you know, to bless you on that day that it's not you. Maybe it's the big guy that has the taser in his hands, you know, but not you.
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, you know, Street Night, he comes out and he has this little thing that he blows and the lit with fire, and he would spit on it, and, you know, and it make this big Ricky the Dragon Steamboat like type gimmick. I don't know what somebody soaked it in, but he blew it a couple of weeks ago, and the darn stick wouldn't go out for nothing. And you got the referee over there standing the stick trying to put it on, and then you got this guy that's alongside the ring trying to stand and put it out, and then here I am, I'm a firefighter, but here I am, I'm a bad guy that night. So I'm over there telling myself, like, I could go over there and try to put it out there, something on it trying to put it out. But if I'm just taking it to run outside with, I don't know what they do.
They threw it out in the back, and they're like, "That'll fix it." Next thing you know, man, why is there a forest fire back there? Dang.
Yeah,
Always give it to those ring hands. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Don't run around with it. What? Oh, God.
That's right. Give it to the ring.
So that's the worst thing you can do. Almost like that show, the movie The Croops. They just run around with it. All right. Oh, that wasn't a good idea. We just set everything on fire.
Yeah.
It burns. So what about like road shows, man? Like you're on the way to the road. That's, you know, you're cracking jokes, you're doing stuff, you know, and it's just so common. And then when you get out of the car, you keep the jokes going, and people just, they're gonna fight each other or something.
Yeah, we Brandon Parker, myself, and Ken Lee were no longer allowed to travel together because for some reason, when the cops see a white guy, a black guy, and an Asian guy in the car together, it never fails. We always get pulled over, and we have to sit on the side of the road for the next 30 to 40 minutes. We're already running late for a show, so we're not able to ride together anymore because no doubt, no matter who's driving, we're going to get pulled over. They always say we fit the description of some crime. So,
all right, look,
we're not allowed to ride together anymore.
There was a guy that we used to travel with, and I'll never forget. It was on my birthday. My buddy's like, "Look, we're gonna go to this show. Can you drive us?" I'm like, "What kind of birthday gift is this?" "All right, yeah, no problem. Let's go." So we got these two big guys in the front, and then another guy asked to pick us up, and he, you know, black fellow, and we're like, "Yeah, man, no problem. We'll pick you up." Well, he says, "Well, let me be in the middle," and we're like, "Okay, middle, really?" You know, you kind of, you know, I got to be able to see. No, trust me, it'll be funny. Yeah, that's the last time I want to hear that one, because then we had the, you know, the other white guys in the back, and he goes, "I'm a black guy. I got kidnapped by a bunch of whiteys." And we were, if we get pulled over, I can already see he is, "Yep, I'm gonna put this little duct tape over my mouth and go, rrr, rrr."
Yep.
I'm going, you would, you big. Oh. So yeah, we definitely had a lot of fun on that one. I mean, I believe me, the conversations got real weird, but we were just like, man, really? I mean, but yeah, you know, at least when you do a travel, you better laugh, because if not, you're SOL. You know the show's not going to be great if you don't laugh or yell at somebody.
That's right.
What have you been like your favorite? I don't want to say favorite venues to work, but what? Well, yeah, let's go ahead and go there. What are your favorite places? What places do you enjoy working the most?
Oh man, I would have to say Flatline Pro Wrestling up in Road County, Georgia. I would have to say that place. Like I said earlier, that they got everything together from top to bottom. That place is A1, and I'm just hoping that they will build a little bit more and more people can find out about Flatline Pro Wrestling. But I would say that would be my favorite place to work. It's just once a month, but those fans have been there since the beginning, and it's growing and growing and growing. And the people, and they're invested in you because you've been there since the beginning. So I would say Flatline Pro Wrestling is my favorite place to work right now.
Let's go ahead and because you sound very young in this business, but yet I want to know. I'm very grounded, by the way. I'm very, I want you to know we're impressed, and I appreciate your full comments and everything. What is it that you want to see for Antrone Brewer in the next few years coming?
I'm trying my darndest to make it to the next level, to WWE development, whether it be as a wrestler or the thing that I started off doing. First, I started as a referee. That's part of WWA 4. In order to be a wrestler, he make everybody be a referee. So you can, and once you become a referee, that makes you even a better rep. Whether it's as a referee or if it's as a wrestler or a manager and so forth. That's what I'm working on now, 120%. If you see me at Anarchy there, I came in as a referee because I had to. Some guys there at WWE want to see some more of my referee tape, and it's been a while since I had been a ref. I've been going to different places being a referee. I'm a referee at PWX up in North Carolina. We have a show there this Sunday, and to sum it up, everybody would get there different ways, and some people would have to do more, and some people would have to do less to get into the WWE. But at the end of the day, however you make it in, you make it in. I mean, some people make it in as designing gear, doing wardrobe stuff. So, I mean, you make it to the big stage, no matter how you get there, you make it there. And, I mean, if it's me being a referee, that's the current route that I'm trying to get there on, being a referee. So if the trials work out right and things continue to go the way I want them to go, that'll be the way I get my foot in the door there.
Hey, you do what you have to. And, there's, it's funny you say that because people got on WWE's case, so they hired an indie wrestler, one of the top ones. I forgot her name, and I apologize, but they got mad because they say she should be a wrestler, not a trainer. Well, you just said, and you said it perfectly. You got to get in how you can. You can't go to WWE and go, hire me. I'm the best wrestler. I'm the 32nd best wrestler in Georgia. That's nice and dandy. Do you know there's 50 other states?
Right. That's right.
So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the lady you're talking about, the Sarah Del Rey. She's a women's trainer down in NXT, but hey, she's in the WWE and she's a great indie wrestler. And that's what you're talking about. Everybody say, hey, she should be a wrestler, she should be on TV wrestler, but she's training those girls and she made it to the big stage. You never know what other opportunities could come open for her, but it's just different routes to get in there. But at the end of the day, no matter how we all get there, we're going to end up there somehow.
Exactly. Let's go ahead and who were your inspirations? You talked about being in the business and everything, but who were guys that you watched and you said, all right, I got to go with that. I like how this guy's setting up and everything of that sort. Who were guys that you like watching?
Growing up, Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they were both my heroes. And I wanted to do that. I wanted the attention to be on me. I wanted to have people standing on their feet and having people crying for me to get up and crying that I win or stuff like that. I wanted to be everybody's hero. And I wanted to be the main event. And Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, they were both my idols and both my heroes. I'll tell you a funny story. How I found out that wrestling was predetermined. I went through high school. They couldn't tell me nothing. I lost friends because we got over arguments. Wrestling was not predetermined, and they would call it fake, and I would get pissed off, and I'm ready to fight. And I mean, that's what people call it. They would call wrestling fake. I mean, it's not fake. Maybe it's predetermined, but it's not fake because that mat hurt. And if you land the wrong way, that's going to hurt too.
Yep, and people do get hurt.
That's right. So it's predetermined. But I went through high school, went through college, you couldn't tell me nothing. I'm an adult now, and I'm working for a local television station. It was when the Royal Rumble came to Atlanta, Georgia, when Maven and Undertaker, and Maven eliminated Undertaker. It was that Royal Rumble that was in Atlanta. So I was there as we was covering it for a news station, and I got press passes, and we're there, and I'm trying to act all cool, like, hey, yeah, I'm here on business. I'm the biggest wrestling fan there, and I'm backstage, and I'm like, holy crap, why are these guys talking to each other? They don't like each other.
God.
And it was a Royal Rumble where Vince McMahon went against Ric Flair, and Vince and Flair were standing over there talking. And I was trying to act cool. I was like, why in the heck is Flair even talking to them? Oh my God, he screwed him over so many times. Why are they even talking? And I'm getting pissed off, and I got my camera beside, and I got my notepad, and we're talking to these people, and the guys giving us the rundown of the show and so forth. And I'm not paying attention, and I could hear we walked over a little bit closer to him, and Flair was like, yeah, we'll get close. His family was on the front row that night. And he told him, hey, I'll take this, I'm going to hit you here, and we're going to do this, and you get in the ring, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this. I was like, oh my God. My whole childhood came crumbling down at that Royal Rumble backstage. And we get out there, and Bobby Dog and Vince McMahon and Ric Flair did every single thing they talked about backstage. I sat in my seat, and my eyes filled up with water. That was the longest drive home from Atlanta to Thompson that I've ever taken in my life.
You're like, it's still real to me, damn it. I'm sorry, I had to say it. Dear God, it's like the priceless thing. Oh.
Man, I was so disappointed, and I saw that, and oh my goodness, my whole childhood was just crushed. But they're doing exactly what they talked about. Ric Flair, this man, they were just backstage talking to each other. I was like, oh my goodness. So,
because let's be honest, you were hoping that Ric Flair was going to lie to Vince and beat his ass and do something else, or beat his butt and do something else. You're not.
Oh, they were just talking about something else, and they just were friends for 10 minutes because they hated each other's guts. There's no reason why they should stand up talking to each other. And I wanted to say something so bad. I was like, I'm going to get kicked out from back here, but oh my God, I was like, why are you even talking to Ric Flair? That guy has screwed you over. Get away from him right now. So that was the night. It was really predetermined when they brought the Royal Rumble to Atlanta.
That's where that's when the curtain got revealed, and you went, I don't like this.
Yeah, I'm like, my God, I lost friends over this. I got in arguments with my mother growing up over this stuff. And I'm defending this business, and look at that, I was wrong the entire time.
You felt like you went to Suplex City after that.
Yeah, that's right.
I tell you. All right, well, let's do some final thoughts. We're getting close to the end of the show, and I appreciate it, man. Sometimes, in these interviews, I love getting an idea of, who the guys are and who the women are, the struggles they have to go through in and out of the ring. But, and I appreciate your candor. I mean, man, love the story about the Ric Flair. I mean, that's going to be priceless. I'll never forget that. But, I mean, my thing is this, man. What do you want people to remember, to know you about, and basically what's the best way to get your book, or how to get a hold of you, and anything else you want to say?
I just want people to remember it. This guy that came out here and entertained us. I mean, you're paying your hard-earned money to come out there, even in Rochester, Georgia, it's $1,000. You're paying your $1,000 to come there and get my butt kicked. To see me get my butt kicked every single week down there in Rochester, Georgia. And I thank every single fan that works hard and paid their money to come in there and see us perform in the ring, because without them, we have nobody to perform in front of us. And the same thing goes to you and your podcast. Thank you very much for giving us this platform to get our name out there and to get us recognized for some people that don't even know if they're listening to this podcast. I mean, you're actually helping us out for allowing us to come on here and talk to you. So I really do appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate everyone who buys a Fireman t-shirt, who boos Antrone Brewer, and who cheers me as our referee. I thank you very much. Now, that's something you can never forget once you do make it up to the next level. You can't forget the people on the indie scene that came to support you when WWE didn't even know you, or when TNA didn't know you, or when New Japan didn't know you, and the Ring of Honor didn't know you. It's all about these fans that come out there and they support you and encouraging you to keep going on each and every month and each and every week.
Yep. And we almost lost power here. But yeah, I just wanted to say, man, I mean, I appreciate you and appreciate the sacrifices you guys do. And the reason I mention APW is because, that's the ones that we get to go to. But when you talk about like the Flatlines, you talk about Anarchy, there are some areas that people don't know about. So that's what we're trying to do is, bring attention, check those places out too. And by the way, guys, if you want catch Antrone Brewer, he is at APW Anarchy or APW Royston. And basically, any other places you're on, man, please put it on all Wrestling Talks page. I'll make sure it gets on there myself. I run that whole thing. So I will, keep being the voice for the indie wrestling. I love it, and I love helping guys out as much as I can possibly. And we'll just keep moving on like we've been doing.
Yes, sir. I really appreciate it. You can find me on Twitter. It's at the Fireman WW84, and does DA. And then Fireman WW84. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. I have a fan page. It's called Fan Page of the Fireman. There's 2 words. Does once again spelled DA. You can catch me on Instagram, the Fireman1. No. Instagram, I'm just the Fireman. On Snapchat, I am the Fireman1, and I will shoot these links or the titles to the host, so you'll be able to click on those and have it all written down for you.
Oh, yes. It'll be under the YouTube link where you can share it. Go into the comments. You'll find all these to get a hold of Mr. Brewer. All Wrestling Talk Nation .webs.com. That's our website. You're going to find us. Check this interview out, plus many more. Man, I appreciate your time. I know it's been a long drive, but, you have a good one, and you take care, man, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you, and always cheer for me.
You got it. Take it easy, buddy.
All right, buddy.
All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is C-Double, and I just want to thank you all for hearing out the show. Now, tomorrow on the 16th, we have Sammy Pandora. She's going to be on same time, 8 o'clock. Probably another phone interview. I would like to try to get these guys on video, but, we work with what we have here. Thank you all so much for checking us out. Make sure you check out on the 18th, I believe Platinum's supposed to be having a big show. A couple of people that used to be on, that were on All Wrestle Talk, Indy Superstar Spotlight. Try to say that real fast. Ronnie Nicole and Timmy Lou Retton. You definitely want to check it out. And it's not Tommy, it's Timmy. And we'll definitely go there. I think Brian Titus might make it. He's just got to see if the Bahamas will let him. But anyway, we have a lot of guys checking that area out. Definitely want to check out Platinum, check out Anarchy. A lot of stuff's out there. Look, if you're an indie wrestling fan, go check out the sports. It's worth it. Go to Everything is Pro Wrestling. They have a lot of links, a lot of posts of wrestlings that's around. Try to go to All Wrestle Talk Nation wrestling page. You want to definitely check us out. We'll try to put as much as we can out there. So that's what's up on the docket. On the 16th, we will have Sammy Pandora at 8 o'clock. So y'all check us out. I'm C-Double, and I am out. If I can find a little sign. There we go. There you go. Goodbye.